I think the people who actually make this decision are the clients who are actually paying the bills for these commercial photographers. And if a client wants to commission a photographer and pay them very little money and get poor quality pictures, that's their prerogative. I don't necessarily agree with this, but it's going to happen. It's always happened. If you only want to work with top-level clients, don't go in cheap. I mean, if you go in cheap, you're going to be actually get work like this, for instance, that's actually not necessarily, when I say the highest quality, I'm talking about the sort of the quality of the client, or how discerning the client is and how important the images are. Like in any part of industry, there's going to be fashion factories, there's going to be couturists at the other end of the spectrum. So there's always going to be somebody who says, I want 4 pictures doing a day, and somebody else who says, I want 100 pictures doing in a day. And the funny thing about it is, the people who are at the bottom end of that scale, who want 100 pictures doing, usually don't want to pay very much for it. And the people who are at the top of the scale, who only want to do 4 pictures, they're usually prepared to pay very high fees for this, because they're very discerning about their pictures. So, I mean, my point of view here is it's just a case of where you come into the equation. I mean, as a young, new photographer, you will be quite often doing assignments that you don't particularly enjoy, that you don't really get paid a lot of money for, and you've actually got to do a lot of work to earn that small amount of pay. It's a decision that you actually make yourself. Am I going to learn from this? Is this going to open up other doors for me? I have made a few mistakes in the past where I've taken on an assignment for a client and lost a much more higher profile client just because I worked with somebody who was considered to be down the scale from them. What my advice would be on this would be, make a decision about it yourself. How important is it? How much do you need the money? I was advised by this high-end couturist that didn't give me the job because I worked for somebody else. Next time he said, why don't you just work under a different name? and he said that would have solved the problem. So, but that's the answer to that particular problem. So that's really all I've got to say about that, really.